YouTube, what's good? What's good? It's your man, the rich kid, back at you with another video, another topic. Alabama, roll tide, tide nation, stand up, stand up. Let's talk about this. Let's talk about it. More portal news. Very disappointing portal news. I got to be honest, man. Very disappointing. Um, we'll start with Cam Coleman, man. Cam Coleman decided he opted to sign with Texas, man. Texas, and pretty much, look, man, we all knew from the beginning that it was no guarantee that Cam Coleman was going to come to Alabama. You know what I mean? Uh, it pretty much, right now, man. Look, let's just be real, man. The NIL and the whole transfer portal is basically all about the cash, man. Who can offer the most money from the schools that are in play for these dudes right now. That's really what it is, man. It's just all about the bag, man. Who can offer the most money? Now you don't have to per se choose that school because they offer the most money. If you're a person or individual with integrity, a person that's looking for somewhat of an education, you know what I mean? Like the history of the school, of the program, things like that, man. If those things matter to you, then it's not going to just always be about the money. But 9 times out of 10, YouTube, Thai Nation, this boils down to is the money, man. And these young kids, young men, are very impressionable, man, at their age. And, look, man, they're not going to turn down bags of money. It's just be real, man. They're not. Most of them not going to turn down bags of money, I mean, as bad as it sounds, as bad as the NIL has become now, with this whole transfer portal, man, I mean, we just keeping it real. We keeping a buck, man. These kids are not going to turn down bags of money, man. I mean, and really, who in their right mind really should turn down a good financial situation? You know what I mean? If somebody offers you a good financial situation, you most likely everybody will take that opportunity. But, it just has come to college football now where, it doesn't seem like the passion and the love of the sport is there anymore. It's just all about what can you pay me if you want me to come to your school? How much can you pay me? You know what I mean? But yeah, so Cam Coleman chose Texas, man. He did. And at the end of the day, it is what it is. I don't feel panicked by it. I feel like we still have a great receiving room. Yes, Cam Coleman would have definitely bolstered the room. But hey, it's not like we don't have anybody. We still had some horses in Alabama. You know what I mean? And I feel like they can still run with the best of them. Honestly, what's to say that we may not pick up another piece, another receiver out there? I don't know who's out there per se, but hey, I'm not going to look at this like this is the end of the world, for the receiving core, because honestly, we have so many more important positions right now, such as the offensive line, such as the D line, like to address linebackers, you know what I mean? Like those are spots that really need to be focused on and addressed, where we need, good players, good quality players to come in and fill in these spots, man, But right now it is what it is, So Cam Coleman's gone, He's gone to Texas, But this next dude, man, I'm gonna talk about real quick. YouTube, Tide Nation. This one kind of really not only irritates me, but kind of makes you kind of really like pissed off and upset and angry about, man. This Hollywood Smothers cat, man. Came out of North Carolina State. Good player, good player. He committed to Alabama. From what I understood, from what I'm understanding, the dude enrolled already at campus. So, cool. think that the guy's straight, he just getting his, self together, acclimated. Let's go. Then reports came out a couple of days ago that this dude was taking a visit to Texas. Now I'm like, when I first heard that, I was like, whoa, how is that possible? Like, I thought the cat had already committed to Alabama. So it's like, how is he taking a visit to Texas if you've already committed to a certain team already? So, you know, from my understanding, when he was questioned about it, uh, his agent basically advised him to lie, to the media and say that, he wasn't taking any visits to Texas when he was definitely. So he took the visit and he took the offer when he went there, and Texas got him. Now, I'm like, okay, from the time that this dude committed to the time this dude flipped his commitment and pretty much told Alabama that he wasn't coming, he was going to Texas. Why wasn't this dude sewn up or like, bagged up? You know what I mean? Like, why wasn't he, contract signed? He's ours now. How did we let this dude, slip through the cracks and end up in Texas, man? That's what I'm trying to figure out. Like, where did it go wrong at, man? Because YouTube Tide Nation, that's not supposed to happen, man. It's not. That ain't supposed to happen. You get a high recruit such as Hollywood Smothers, talented dude, very coveted, and he commits and enrolls at your school on your campus. He's not supposed to be taking trips, still visits to other schools after that, man. He's supposed to come, cross the T's, dot the I's, whatever you gotta do. Boom. You're Alabama's Crimson Tide now. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Let's start training. Let's get ready for this 2026 season. But nah, this dude taking trips, visits to other schools, man. And it's like, how's that possible, man? How's that possible? And really what it all came down to, again, it just came down to the money, man. Texas offered him something that he couldn't refuse financially, and shout out to Way Off Sides. I was looking at their content. They made my man made a video today, and he was talking how Alabama is far from broke. Absolutely, I already know that. But he was saying when it comes to money, he's like, they can't go back and forth with Texas. They can't. They can't get into a bidding war with Texas when it comes down to finances, because Texas will win that all day. Texas has oil money behind them. So it's not too many people that's going to, pretty much outbid that financially. You're not going to beat that. And Alabama is one of them, And really, Alabama shouldn't break the bank for one player like that, man. We got a budget, man. There's still other positions, other guys that may come in that we may need to pay. And you can't give one person all the money the way I look at it. You know what I mean? So, yeah, Tide Nation, at the end of the day, man, he got flipped and he went to Texas, man. But I feel like it was dirty. I feel like it was ingenuous. I feel like Bama should have never let it have gotten to that. Once he committed, they should have tied him down, wrapped him up, got him on campus, and kept him on campus, man. There's no reason why he should have been able to visit Texas and then tell you that he's committing to Texas, man, after he's been on campus enrolled already. That's stupid, man. That's craziness to me. But Hey man, this is the world we live in right now, Tide Nation, YouTube. You know what I mean? It's just crazy times, man. Crazy times. But yeah, it is what it is. So we lose out on Cam Coleman. We lose out on Hollywood Smothers. But there's still a glimmer of hope. Still hearing that Ty Haywood is still in the mix. They said that Bama's still projected to land him. When? Who knows? Only God knows that. But I hope they do. That would be a great boost for the offensive line room, because God knows we need it. We definitely need it. You know, um, but yeah, man, just not so much good news going on for Bama, man, in this portal right now, man, for these key guys, man. But it is what it is. It's just a new era, man. It's just a new era, and it doesn't feel or taste good at all. Doesn't feel, taste good, look good, nothing right now. But like I said at the end of the season, man, this was going to be a long off season. It was, man. After that ass kicking, that massacre of a Rose Bowl, you just kind of knew it, man. You saw it, man. Just like this was going to be a tough off season for Alabama, because a lot of things need to change at Alabama right now in order for us to turn this ship around. The boy got a lot of pressure on him. He does, because I believe that he knows deep down inside this is pretty much it for him if he intends on making Alabama his home long term. He's got to change this program around next year. He's got to. I'm not saying that he's got to win a national championship, but he gotta do well in the regular season, and he's got to advance in this postseason, man. He does. He's got to advance in this college football postseason. Or he more likely is going to be gone, man. He's going to be gone. But yeah, YouTube, as always, I'm not gonna make this video too long. I just wanted to chime in on that. Really disappointing weekend in the portal. Again, Cam Coleman opts to go to Texas, and somehow Hollywood Smothers flips his commitment and opts to go to Texas also, which makes no sense to me when the dude was supposedly already enrolled in Alabama. So how that happened, I don't know, but hey, it is what it is. But anyway, YouTube, let me know how y'all feel about this, man. How y'all feel about this, man. Not good, but hey, it's not the end of the world. Life goes on. We'll, keep on trucking, keep on pushing, and, we'll see that the portal ends this week. See what we can, reel in. Hopefully we can reel in maybe, a couple more quality players, man, to come in, help us out. Anyway, YouTube, Tide Nation, if you like my content, it's your man, D-Rich Kid. Like, share, subscribe, tell a friend. All right, I'm out. Roll Tide forever. Peace.